Can you hear me now? Damn it. I had my actual mic muted. Hey, Dee Dee. Oh, wow. Never mind. Dee Dee's not in here. She's watching the other stream. The premiere. I was in the chat for that, not mine. All right, cool. But anyways, like I was saying, if you guys didn't see the messages above, I'd really appreciate it if you guys go and watched Jess's premiere before you can hang out in here. It starts here in about 13 minutes now. Yeah. I had this stream planned for about a week and a half, so can't really help people doing stuff. And I want to watch it too. I've been waiting for that video. And I guess you guys didn't hear me calling off names either. We got Ricky S, Mystery Snail, Dragon Lair, and Bunny Viper. All right. I mean, yeah, it's just a premiere. No guarantee how long it'll be, but yeah. I mean, I guess I can't really tell you guys what to do, but more or less a reminder to make sure you guys go watch that shit. All the interviews from Aquashella. I guess not all of them. It's with Zen Aqua and Cats Aquatics. Posted a link a little bit higher up right before you jumped in, Bunny. Yeah, I know quite a bit. What's up? Building pretty frequently. All right, Bunny. I appreciate it. Actually, in the middle of. Oh no, Jess, no. I was actually trying to get people to go over there to go watch yours before they come in here and hang out with me. It's totally fine. I don't mind. I didn't. I had set this one about last week, and I thought about pushing it back further, but I didn't know because I'd already had Matt put me on the calendar for today. It's up to you, Jess. Honestly, yeah. Just if it's only 11 minutes, just let it play and let people hang out over there. They come in here when they're done. Hell, I've even already got the tab pulled up, waiting for it. Snoochie Booch, hey man, how are you today? Oh, Jess, don't be sorry. Honestly, it's okay. I promise you, it's okay. I'm not used to having a bunch of people in here anyway, so it might be a little overwhelming if people just jump in here right away. Anyways, works out. Doing good, doing good. Took the last half of the day off. I smashed. I ended up getting all my clients done this morning, so I could because I wanted to stay on as long as I could. You guys, so it's been a good day. Not very often I get to take half days off and stuff like that. Well, I have an empty 180 and have never had a sump. Don't know what to do. Don't know how to make sure it doesn't flood if power goes out or set up. Okay. Um. Well, my biggest trick to that is when you're setting up like the overflow box. I don't know if the tank's drilled or not, but regardless, is usually an overflow. Make sure the water line for the overflow is only going to go down an inch or two, not even more than an inch and a half. But um, and then don't fill your sump up too far, so that way when the power does go out and all that inch or two that's still up over top of the overflow is draining down doesn't overflow your sump. That's my biggest trick to it. Um, but I could, Bunny. I could definitely do something here. I don't really have the extra money to go out and buy a brand new sump and set one up, but figure something out. I say that so I'm able to go through step by step. Closest thing I'm doing here soon is um, repurposing that 55 on the bottom behind me for saltwater sump. Um, yeah, the biggest trick is making sure you don't put too much water in your sump and your overflow is not down towards the bottom of your fucking tank, or it's going to suck all the water out. Power does go out. All right, dumb question. No questions, dumb question. Got the mind to tinker with salt water. I know it depends on tap water and better success rate with RODI. Have you seen success with? Yeah. Actually, I majority of my tanks that don't have super crazy expensive and sensitive species in it, corals mainly. Um, I usually run with tap water. Just run it through a carbon block. Especially with like Fowler displays, which is fish only with live rock. No, not really any corals or anything. You can have some people call them pest corals, but some of them can be really pretty, zinnias and stuff like that, which could thrive in there. But the biggest trick is just making sure there's no metals in your water. If your tap water doesn't have any metals in it, I mean, it's a lot easier. But I mean, if your pipes are 300 years old, leaching copper into your regular tap water, I mean, that's when it's going to become an issue. Other than that, I mean, as long as you don't have some crazy stuff, I've done it. Do it now. So they make test kits for metals and stuff. They're not too expensive. Really, the only way is really to test it. Start off with you know 5, 10, $15 chunks of coral. If they live, they live. If they don't, they don't. You know what works and you know what doesn't. And honestly, personally, I like a lot of the cheaper corals more so than the super expensive ones. Custom aquariums, tank and sump. I forget what they call it. Seamless. Um, hmm. There's a way I could see it. I could tell you exactly what to do. If you're going to watch Jess and it's only 11 minutes, we could go support Jess. Then come back. You still be here because yeah, yeah, I'll be here. Just gonna be hanging out. I will be here. Um, yeah. But going back to Snoochie Boochie's question, um, if you take a look around as well, it's always going to be, like you said, better success rate with RODI water. But like here lately, especially lately, like if you take a look around, man, like Facebook, Craigslist, even ask your local fish stores. You can get RODI systems that do like 75 gallons a day. And like you're talking about a small tank, like it's perfect. It's always going to help. But I picked one a couple weeks ago for $50. So just so you know, they're getting cheaper. People getting rid of shit. Yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah, the biggest factor that comes into play is what is in your water in your area. Like you said, if you're able to test to see if there's any sort of metals in there, that's really what's going to do the most damage in a saltwater aquarium. I use a lot of safe and prime and stuff like that, which takes out the chlorine or locks up the chlorines and chloramines, um, which helps a lot. It's another thing that can do a lot of damage. But I mean, any good fish keeper is going to condition their water anyways, so it shouldn't be an issue. Just make sure you stick with that cheap stuff first. I'd hate to see your heart get broken. I've done it quite a few times. Edie, hey chick, hey hey. Waiting for Jess's premiere to start here. If you guys didn't see my messages above, you guys go check that out. It's only 11 minutes long. Come back in here. I'll still be here when you guys get done. Promise. Only thing is, I haul my water and not on city water, so the wastewater may be an issue. The cistern. Yeah. Hmm. Well, yeah, definitely be something to check or check the water in your cistern. Hmm. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. Can't say I've ever used water that's been in a cistern and stuff. Yeah, wastewater can be um, a lot of time. Like what I do with my wastewater, a lot of times is I have another like while I'm doing water changes or something, I'll fill up a 5 gallon bucket with it, and as I'm doing my fresh water tanks with tap water, I'll mix it in with the tap water, and just throw it in there, so I'm not wasting it. It's just me though. Yeah, you can do that as well, Geek Boy. Yeah, there's a few people around here that still run off cisterns, but not very many, and even less that have a fish tank. Hell, I'll even water plants with the fucking wastewater. Yeah, possibly, possibly Snoochie. Nice, bunny. Yeah, I'm finally starting to bring some more of my plants and stuff in here. I took them all out because I was moving shit around and I just never brought them back in here. There's some plants up there behind me. I don't know what they are. I bought them at a garage sale, but they're pretty. I have all sorts of plants and succulents and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Yep. Very true. I think we got about 10 seconds till Jess's premiere starts. So there's S. All right. So grocery store water is hard to find around here. That's weird. It's like around here, I mean, that's most of what you see is distilled gallons of distilled water. Hmm. Hmm. Do any of your local fish stores sell RO water at all, Snoochie? I know sometimes you can cut a good deal with them. It's always sold out. Jeez. Figures. Hmm. Yeah. One of my local fish stores. Same. Like, I can see how they're always sold out, though, if it's more popular in that area. Hmm. Definitely something to keep in or check out. Why not? At least so you know you have access to it at some point. We have PetSmart and Petco here in Great Falls, but Missoula has a reef store where I bet I can get some. Jesus Christ. That's a haul for some RO water. That's not worth it. Hmm. I bet, Ricky. I bet. Um, that's how I feel about the shit they sell at Petco and shit here, and they call it beta water. Sure, there's something different about it, but hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna really do anything here until Jess is done. Shit, I'm watching it too. Figures. Hmm. My grandfather used to make a lot of wood carvings and stuff, but he'd also make a lot of stuff like that too. Stands and tables and all that. It's a possibility, Snoochie, but if you think about it, after like once you get that tank nice and stabilized and set, you really only have to top it off more than do water changes. So you're really not even using all that much water if you think about it. Paywalls for pirates, welcome. Hanging out for a few minutes while we watch Maine's Tails, Furs, and Fins premiere. And then we'll get cracking. Thank you. Most of them came from concerts and shows. Interviews from a few vendors at from Aquashella, which is a fish expo. If you are not from the fish community, I can post a link if you'd like. If not, that's fine too. Mm, it's pretty shitty water under my ground at this place. The neighbor has one, and it's mega deep, and the water isn't any good. I would probably have to change filters every month, probably. Jeez, that stinks. Yeah. People don't do that around here. They just use tap water most of the time. Not even shit, yeah. Unless you got some frogs or something. Wrong side of the river? Jeez. Nothing wrong with that either, Snooch. Nothing wrong with that at all. When I first started saltwater, my first tank was some green chromis, a little bit of live rock, and hang on the bag filter, man. That was 15 years ago or so. I did it all with tap water. Green chromis are fun. They're still one of my favorite fish. Um, they're okay. Snooch. The only problem with that is like they're always advertised as super serious saltwater tanks. Um, which is kind of problematic because they don't come with a fucking protein skimmer or anything like that. I mean, it can be rather difficult to keep the biologicals down in the column, water column, without that. Um, so it can be rather limiting in my opinion. But they're nice tanks. Like the use a lot of them for fresh water. I'm not gonna lie, and they work really well for like shrimp tanks and all sorts of stuff like that. Um, most of my stuff, if I can, I try to go with the sump. But half the time, I build my own out of old fish tanks or stuff like that. Hey, Dr. Anthony, how are you today? No problem, Jess. That was a good video. I liked it. Spring water? Hell yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, that's a pretty good video. Definitely, Jess. Definitely. The corded mic is what really sold it, in my opinion. It does, Ricky, but like I said, when you start wanting to get into more serious species, it does not. Some of those more expensive, really exotic species cannot handle the biological crap in the tank in the water. Yeah, have to change the media a lot. Resins and stuff is pretty expensive. Yeah, it's fun. I was talking about the other day, Aaron. Um, I known of you, Snoochie, for years now from Father Fish's channel when I started hanging around there like 4 years ago. Yeah, it was the first time I've ever seen you. Was able to put a name to a face. It's pretty great. I've got mixed feelings on AIO tanks. On one hand, I love not having the equipment in the display area without having some. Yeah, it's true, but I mean, I'm used to stuffing everything into a stand anyway, so I don't ever really see it. Around here, most of the time when I set those up, it's usually just for fowler displays, fish only with live rock. True, Geek Boy. Yeah. Very true. Very true. All right. Cool beans. Hope everybody's doing good today. Softies and leathers, yeah. Definitely do quite a few different species of them. No problem, man. You did good. A handsome son of a bitch. And I like all your mounts too. Those were great. I got a few out in my living room. 8-point, a 10-point. Never been elk or hunting or anything like that. So got a pheasant, a couple of pheasants that I got when I was a kid. Yeah. Stuck my polar blue tiger parrots in with my juvenile black belts and firemouth and a few pluckos, and they start laying it, trying to lay eggs again, but the others aren't letting them, and it's kind of nice because I have a fucking abundance of them. I've just started feeding them to my bicher and leaf fish. No problem. Anybody do anything crazy today? Back at the carpet python cage clean and her grumpy self back in off the clean duckweed out of the shrimp tank. Heck yeah, welcome back. I love carpet pythons. They're so awesome. Never successful fragging toadstools. They never stick and rubber band stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Um, there's a few times I've used fishing line. Now, they'll kind of grow over it and around it, but once you snip it, as long as you're not pulling the fucking knot through it, you pull the clean cut in straight through it, it doesn't really hurt them at all. I've had to do that a few times. I don't recommend gluing them, but yeah, you're right, rubber bands can definitely fuck them up pretty good. Have you go to a meeting. Have a great day, y'all. Have a good day, Dr. Anthony. Have a good day. Couldn't see the chat on my phone, and the highlighted chats were so tiny. Next time I'll do it better. Oh, you're good, man. You're good. Hmm. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Any questions or anything? Spending the last couple of days planning out a saltwater system, 350 gallon system, 200, 360, 210 gallon with a 150 gallon um, sump, module sump, all custom built, even the sump. It's been interesting. It's nice though. I'm able to pretty much do whatever. Setting that up wise, so I can make it pretty efficient in the way that works for me because I'm going to be the one taking care of it. It's tedious. I use like a 3D blueprint program, and it's yes. I'm doing my research for tonight's stream on Foxy. Nice. Heck yeah. I'll make sure I'm there. She just wants to get away and crawl all over. Yeah. At least she's super active and not firing at you every chance she gets. Some of them can be pretty feisty. Most of my snakes are pretty. They're not mean at all, but they like to roam. Pretty active. They're all super healthy though. So I really like Bulk Reef Supply. Did you get in on that Dream Tent giveaway last year? That gave away a setup worth like yeah. I was a part of that. I watched every single damn stream they put out. It was great. I may not do stuff the exact same way they do, but I do agree with a lot of the points they touch on. They're a pretty great channel. I like their website, their equipment for certain items. Sometimes I can find shit cheaper on Bulk Reef Supply's website than I can through my fucking wholesale's website, and it's ridiculous. With the pink carpets, yeah, those be cool. Hey, Steven. How are you today, man? You're chit-chatting a little bit about saltwater. And Annette, thank you again for the gift card to Aquarium Co-op stuff. I really appreciate that. It was really nice of you. I did get that this morning. I emailed Jess back too. I can't believe I let it slip my mind. She ended up emailing me. You're not too bad getting annoyed with work or having a job in general. See, man, that's why you just gotta go full on aquatic plant farm. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Yeah, Ricky, I figured you were talking about carpet pythons. It really does. And then sometimes, like when you do it for yourself, it sucks even worse because you just can't call off. Because I mean, you don't necessarily have a boss or anything, but you have shit to do. It can get pretty almost unbearable some days. Shit, I keep chugging along. Can't take the pay cut, so yeah, just having to be a corporate cog. Yeah, I feel that. I stopped doing anything. I fucking take a pay cut, and it sucks assholes. I've been working pretty hard lately to find an employer or two to help me out. Give me a lot more free time, that's for sure. Well, I guess not really free time, but give me a lot more time to get other shit done. Here's a question: why is saltwater so overrated? Like price wise, everything is so expensive. People get scared and back off. Because most of the time it's portrayed that all this shit is so hard that you almost need a fucking college degree to do it. That's half of it. The other half is, I mean, if you're anything like me, and enemies are animals, like I feel for that. So putting that risk towards potentially killing an animal, not knowing what I'm doing at all, could make me not want to do it. The price thing, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like everything else, they can put the price wherever the fuck they want it. They're going to keep raising it, especially with inflation and everything else. and they want you to buy those products, so they advertise that more than the 10 other options they have that are considerably cheaper. Could take a pay cut, but not without subsidized health insurance. Yeah. Oh no, if I do anything, I'll sell everything I have and fucking open a fish store. That's my retirement. Open a nice, real nice fish store. I can just sit on my ass and sell fish the rest of my life. I'm still pretty young, so I got a while before that'll happen. Good 20 years. Yeah, is what I want to do, though. What's my favorite pet? Got to be Frankie or my reticulated python. Frankie's my red iguana. Shit, maybe Snoozy, maybe. My daughter will be old enough by then. Fuck. It's the main reason I'm stuck where I'm at now is I have a 2-year-old. And her mother lives here, and all her family lives here, and all my family lives here. If it wasn't for her, I'd already be gone. But, you know, duties and responsibilities, right? I would like to do like a lot of it online too, or not just have like a local fish store, do a big sell fish and stuff online too. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. No, Ricky, I'm 28. And Snoochie, man, if you ever want to pick my brain or something, I have no problem. You email me or whatever. Doesn't bother me one bit. Whatever's in my brain is free to anyone. Adams County has some of the biggest whitetail deer coming out of there. Oh yeah, up here, where I hunt, over in Bucyrus, on the property that I'm at, about 2 miles away, there's a deer farm, and they raise them and release them right there off the farm. And yeah, we get some pretty nice ones coming through there that we pick from. Ohio really does have huge bucks. Huge. Not so much in the last like 10, 15 years up north of Ohio, but down south, yeah. It gets pretty thick. And all the turkey, oh man, the turkey hunting is glorious in Southern Ohio. Down on Hocking Hills and all that. And it's gorgeous. Probably, Ricky. I mean, shit. You got the shit beat out of me when I was younger. Or more, should I say, beat the shit out of myself. That, and I mean, I'm not a small guy either. I've been able to grow a beard since I was like 13, so doesn't help much either. Like 6'4", so yeah. Fucking half the time you see me or talking to me, I'm dog shit tired. Unlike today. Got it planned out. What is today? The 3rd. The 14th. I'm gonna be tearing down that 75 and that 55 behind me and getting that started. It's gonna be a while before it's up and running, but we gotta rip that 55 out of the bottom and take all that shit out and turn it into a sump and figure out what fucking pump I need. I already got an idea, but make room for a refugium and a fucking protein skimmer. Gonna go cheap on it. I'm just gonna use the chaetomorphialgae refugium style. It's literally just some power heads and some chaetomorphic algae spinning in a compartment of the sump. That's all it is. Nothing too fancy. With a nice light sitting over. I mean, it doesn't have to even be a nice light. Just a light sitting over it. The protein skimmer. I've got a fucking bunch of them that were just given to me. So we're using those. You have to work really hard to shoot big deer here. One mule deer that made me think all my life decisions. I actually almost left everything down below 2 miles straight up close. Jesus. Yeah, around here, especially up here, it's pretty flat, so you can get some pretty good shots. The only problem with that is up here, you're not allowed to shoot high range or long range rifles or anything like that. Recently, there was a law made that you can shoot straight wall rifle cartridges, meaning like a 450 Bushmaster or something like that. But that's about it. So using mainly like muzzleloader and shotgun and bow up here. The motherfuckers can run, man. Especially through the thick ass forest, some of the thick forest we got up here. You get rough up here too. Then you shoot the bitch and it runs 3-4 fucking miles all the way onto somebody else's goddamn property. I want to open a public gallery or open my zoo to a public, but people out here are hooligans. They will wreck everything. Yeah, I bet, man. Are you able to have like guards and shit standing around everywhere? Would that help? Hey, Melissa. Unless you're going down south, Snoochie, and then it's, I mean, it gets pretty, they call it hills, but they're half-ass mountains, man. It gets rough down in southern Ohio, getting into Kentucky and stuff, on deer. Tell you what, though, my favorite part about up here, though, is how I love tracking my deer after making my shot. It's besides making the shot itself, the funnest part about it. So I enjoy it. And if you can make that harder by throwing some hills and mountains and shit, sounds good to me. They're called spiky hills. Yeah, we got ultimate stairs. Oh, you're all right, buddy. Welcome back. Sucks though. My hunting buddy passed away a couple years ago. My grandfather taught me everything I knew. He's the only hunting buddy I had. Nobody else in my family hunts. Yes, but out here in safari parks, people feed the animals puffed rice and all. That's weird. I would imagine pretty unhealthy for the animals too. Oh, that's all right, Snoochie. He's a good man. He's in a better place now. He had all sorts of heart problems. It was bad. I was lucky to have as long with him as I did. Um, it depends on how many tags I got, Bunny. Because I mean, most of the time they are around here, especially where I hunt, they are more than one. So if I can pop off a second tag on a doe or something like that, I'm gonna do it. So I usually wait 5-10 minutes, sometimes longer. Just depends. Thanks, Bunny. Daughter drug a deer out for me this year and raising little pack mules. Hey man, you gotta teach them while they're young, right? My daughter's 2, or I would have already. Although she'd probably fucking try. She don't care. She's such a little tomboy. Yeah, it's definitely something to think about too, Ricky. Yeah, it is. Um, but like if I have one tag left and I know I'm not getting anything else or something, I will fucking run right out there. I don't care. I don't care. There's some pretty good geese and duck hunting up here too. What is a sloth bear? Is that the actual name? I'd like to look it up. I've never heard of it either. Definitely something to go check out. Yeah, Jess, I can do that. Hey, fly mechanic. Melissa. Oh, okay. Give me a second, Jess. I haven't used anything. I was wondering where that came from. I've been watching. I didn't remember hearing anything about it. Yep. I just messaged you back. Sloth bears are native to India, aren't they? Any pics of them now? People will ruin their health if I open up. Ben Beckstrom, how's it going? Not a whole lot, just kind of chit chatting. Normally streaming late at night, about 11:30. So trying to figure out a nice time in the afternoon to go. So here we are. Oh, Jess, it's okay. I promise. I promise. Yeah, I didn't use it right away for a reason. So remember, I was supposed to message or email you about the keychain, and it slipped my mind. And then I got that this morning. I was a little confused. No problem. On another note, been emailing Lifeguard Aquatics about checking out some of their products. They got some really nice tanks and lights and stuff like that. The terrain here is called breaks, like reverse mountains, like canyons instead of other canyons, straight ass kicker. Oh, damn. I bet Snoosh. That on it sounds rough, but it'd also be fun as hell. Well, coming from somebody that's not used to hunting in areas like that. Super fun. It's like Ricky sent us some pictures of sloth bears here. Give me a second, I'll pull it up for everybody. Where the hell? I'm able to share it any other time. Why isn't it let me know? There we go. So they're a bear, just a species of bear from India. Some really long claws. Yeah, it's pretty. It looks nice and healthy. Montana. Observer breaks. You see images of what I mean? Okay. It's playful, but to be honest, I don't like keeping them. They're wild animals. Yeah, yeah, definitely understand. These gas prices are stupid. I mean, it's like 310 today here, something like that. That was it though. Sure, it'll go up soon. I'm sure it will. Hmm. Jump 69 cents. Jesus. Haven't filled up in a few days, wondering what it looks like here. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's out like out west. It's gotta be nuts. Fly, what's the gas prices in Arizona? Over $4 a gallon? Jesus. It's more like the restrictions and sanctions we issued made them go up more. By trying to shit on them. Hmm. my distributor is out of the live rock I usually buy in bulk. So now I've got to use like the stuff that I have and have been cultivating for the last like year and a half. And for this 210, it's going to take most of what I have. Yeah, you're not wrong, guys. You're not wrong. I wasn't bitching about it. I was just. Did you know that I was a competition taxidermist for a while? I have some amazing hides in my freezer. That's awesome. That's really cool. 380 here? Jesus. From a little bit of math I was doing, like everything going on might bring these barrels up to like somewhere around $200. If that happens, it's like $10 a fucking gallon, dude. It's a lot. It is a fuck ton. I'm just glad most of the driving I do is for work. I write all that shit off. Wanted a shoulder mount with wolf's teeth, biting a bloody arrow in half and bloodshot eyes. But my guy will only do natural poses. Dang. That would have been really cool. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's the species me and S have been looking out for too. Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. I don't know. My biggest thing is like, yeah, we can't let it happen. That's a fact. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But Putin's not one to really joke around much. He's sending a pretty clear warning, and I kind of feel like we're not being as cautious as we should be. I think we should heed his warning a little bit more than just like, all right, we're just going to do this shit anyways. Like, yeah, we haven't set boots on the ground or anything, but we're pushing buttons. Cool things like lynx and ringtail cats. Did you see that I have trash possums? I wanted to make one with a raccoon costume and all kinds of deer heads. That's funny. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Dang. Didn't know that either. I thought it was. One of my grandfather's buddies was a taxidermist for most of his life. That's why I always went to. He did like he'd do like comedy pieces and like did scenes with like my grandfather did a 5 foot tall hand carved wooden Indian and hunting a rabbit with a bow. And yeah, it was pretty fucking rad, dude. Don't get me wrong, they're a big threat, but enough is enough sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I just feel like we should be a little more cautious, especially as we've already got shit on fucking standby, if that's even real. I just don't want to see us do something and get fucked because of what we did. It would kind of suck. Damn. That fucking sucks. I did serious pieces. My first mount was a red fox in my first competition and won the top 8 awards, including best of show. I was embarrassed and sad for all the people that worked so hard. Man, that's awesome, buddy. That's really awesome. Oh yeah. Right? For real. I've been thinking about doing like solar power backups myself for my shop and at home. Store some solar powers in a nice battery bank. And hell, who knows? Maybe I can cut it to where I'm solely running off of that. So I'm not even touching the electric system here in my house. At least I doubt I'd be able to do it with all the tanks at the shop. Cichlids fighting for territory. Yeah. The guy who is the face of Pleco Caves on YouTube is the nicest guy. I'm really worried about him and his partner. After getting my new fish, I'll only have to heat 3-4 tanks. Nice. Yeah. Here at home, I heat the room to about 80, 85. I got it off right now because I'm sitting in here with a fucking sweatshirt on. But yeah, I usually heat the room over the tanks themselves. I do a few if they need a little extra heat or having issues with it, but not too often. Hmm. It's funny. I'm slowly like turning all my reptile friends into fish people. Fly is one of them. And last night on one of my favorite streamers live streams, his name's Donnie. He's the cameraman for New England Reptile Distributors YouTube channel and stuff. And I made him look at a fish video once on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. And now every so often, a bunch of fish videos will show up and it gets him all interested. And then he starts watching it and he gets pissed off because they got him watching it and they keep showing up. And then it just happens all over again. It's great. I'm going to turn him eventually. Bastard. In just a second here, guys. I'm going to let my dog out real fast. She's whining at me. Hey, Mary. Hope you're well today. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I have seen those bunny viper. They're pretty rad, and there's some pretty cool ones. I saw one that was squirrels, but they were dressed up as Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader fighting. It was hilarious. It was great. Yeah, Ricky, there's not a whole lot, but since I've made that fish channel over there, there's a lot of people that I've came across that do keep fish. A lot more than I expected, that's for sure. Always. It's never ending. I try to do my best to make sure all my fish friends fucking are interested in them too. Got to go both ways. Don't stop, Dragon Lair. Keep pushing. Make him get a fucking lizard. You do it. Lizard or a snake. You have to. Fish aren't that far from reptiles. My house, you got our taxidermy all over covering the walls. You guys didn't see the second living room with the standing black bear. Oh man, that's fucking rad. That is sweet. I went bear hunting once with my grandfather. It was pretty fun. I didn't get nothing but well, kind of um, my day to go out. We didn't get anything, but when we went out the next day for him, obviously bear hunting, you don't just not go out there without any protection at all. So I had my Benelli with me, and he popped off 3 rounds, and it was charging him. So I popped off a few rounds, and he popped off a few more rounds. And I guess we kind of got it together. It was pretty cool. The thrill of that fucking bear rushing you through the fucking brush, man. Woo! Start making your fucking legs tremble. Oh man, ain't nothing like it. Been passing on all the black bears I've seen since that one, but I had the mount for. Oh yeah, I had my 10-pound largemouth bass caught when I was 7 with my grandfather and my 18-point deer. That's awesome, Mary Page. That's awesome. We almost have Dee Dee ready to dive in reptiles. She'll be all in once she has one. Oh yeah, especially gets a nice little cute one, like some frogs. Aren't there some water lizards people could build pellet? Oh yeah, there's all sorts of different kinds of water lizards. There's caiman lizards, which I used to have, which are really aquatic. They fuck most of their diet is just snails. Um, there's diving lizards. There's water monitors, and water's right in the name. They love being in water. All sorts of little tiny species. There's diving lizards. If you go on Google and type in diving lizards, there's species that actually dive underwater and form a little bubble over their nostrils, sort of like is extra air. So that's pretty cool. And there's all sorts of different species. Mystery snail, I'm sorry, but a caiman lizard is not for you. Cool thing they have now that they didn't really have when I had mine, though, is stuff like can of snails from ZoomEd. It's literally just a can of fucking snails to feed reptiles and snakes and all sorts of stuff. Diving lizards are rare. I was just using them as an example of how many different kinds of water lizards and reptiles there are. Funny, you totally seem like you would love a python, like a carpet python or just a fucking ball python. You would totally be a snake lady. I could see it from a mile away. They are really intelligent. Spot train them using food. Heck yeah. If you guys got a link for it, throw it up. I'm excited for it too. My daughter wants a leopard gecko. I'm not that knowledgeable on reptiles. Can they be handled? Yeah, they can be handled. Those are actually a fairly good starter reptile too. Really easy to keep. They're more of a desert animal, so um, like how I keep mine is usually either on a little bit of sand, or I don't advise it for everybody because it's hard to keep them as clean as they should be. But the little reptile carpets or even paper towels and stuff if they're small enough. But you get like a heat lamp, some water. They eat crickets and bugs, roaches and stuff, mealworms and stuff like that, and give them a hide. They shed, so you're gonna every once in a while throw like some wet sphagnum moss in their hide for them to crawl in and send in that moisture. Besides that, and son of a bitches can live 25 years if you let them, or if you take good care of them. Super simple. Welcome back, Stephen. Gardens. I really wanted to tear into your box so bad. I'm so close to being done with work. We should have a lot of fun. Choo choo. Roxanne is doing much better after surgery, still healing up. It's good. Welcome back, Dr. Anthony. Welcome back. We had a pest visitor today, the egg robber. Are you talking about an animal or an actual person, Ricky? 2 to 5 feet, 10 pounds. Holy smokes, that's a lot of lizard. It is. But it's a lot of fun, too. People don't realize how smart and intelligent and just personable these animals can be. Yes, I realize it paraphrased that. I stand. Are they quick? Is what quick? Reptiles? Leopard geckos can run, but not as fast as other um, lizards for sure. Most of them, some of them be kind of feisty. They don't hurt when they bite at all. They don't. Um, some be a little feisty and they'll puff up and kind of stand up on their back legs and stand up nice and high, and they'll kind of do that thing. And other than that, they'll try to get away, but they don't. Like I said, they don't run very fast. They're not climbers at all, really. So it's good too. Don't listen to us. Your lizard's not going to turn into Godzilla. I promise you. The reptile I've had is a Kenya sand boa. Those things are sweet. I love sand boas. There's all sorts of different kinds of them. You got some exclusive items that might need some explaining on what I had in mind with them. Heck yeah. Thank you. What a pain for you. I really appreciate you doing that. I will treasure them. Heck yeah. Rabbit snake. I got around two sticker temp in the mail for you. Oh. See, now that just makes everybody want to hear it because you said that. I don't know how to get rid of him, but like him, he comes and goes at the same. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You got one just coming up and and even wanting to come up to you like that. Shit. I'd love to have an interaction with a wild monitor like that. There's a reptile show in Billings in April. I may take the kid over there, going to try to get with Yellowstone Aquatics. He is the one that told me about it. I think I'll end up with leopard gecko then. Nice, man. Yeah, just hell, even Google has good information on them. Just type in care or general care for a leopard gecko. They can do, you can keep them in a 10-gallon tank. I like using a tank because it keeps the heat and the humidity in a little better for them. Just a screen lid with a lamp, heat light, and a water dish and some sort of substrate that you prefer. Yeah, just super simple. Just gotta make sure you can get a good source of bugs. Petco and stuff usually has crickets and stuff you can buy, or any kind of reptile store or anything like that. I like going to more like mom pop reptile shops for my bugs. They're usually a bit healthier. A lot of them gut load them too, so it's added nutrition for your animal. Had an iguana in my house was robbed and they stole him. I'm just hoping someone to. Damn, yeah, I had an iguana stolen recently too. I'm fucking pissed. I will read it out loud if it's super graphic. Sexual confession of your love for me or Jenna, I will consider editing it out. Don't edit it out. Just tweak it. Just tweak it. Make it YouTube friendly. That's it. Be funny. Well, I'm not trying to get close enough for them to bite and whip me, Ricky. But hell, if you come up a few feet away from me and take some food from me, I'd be happy with that. I ain't trying to wrestle with the motherfucker. I'm going to add Solomon Island green tree skinks to my reptiles. Nice, man. Those things are sweet. Some Solomon Island boas that my buddy has, Phoenix, that I really admire and wouldn't mind working with myself. Hopefully, he'll make some babies. That would be nice. If you're still here, Fly, what's those Solomon Island boas that Phoenix has got? Melissa might know too. Can't remember off the top of my head. Just don't show off the pictures of me in the card. Those are for Jenna's eyes. Well, damn. I have to look into those, Dragon Lair. Yeah, it's a ground ball, Melissa. Better get to doing something today, or the old lady's going to come home from work in the hospital, at the hospital, and think I was watching YouTube all day. Yeah. That wouldn't be very good, huh? Just say you were improving your channel. You weren't just watching videos, you were working. How are you supposed to get anywhere on your channel if you don't work on it, right? I'll probably get you in trouble. There are ground boas and tree boas on the Solomon. Yeah. What I'm talking about are ground boas specifically. Solomon Island ground boas. The ones he got are red and they change color to like a dark brownish gray and just gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. I thought I was getting it right. I just wasn't 100%. I was trying to make sure. I get to see them first, though. Yeah, the tree boas do, for sure. I have the Solomon Island cockatoos. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. I've seen one. I just don't know the actual name. It's just a white cockatoo. And I've seen white cockatoos, but I didn't know they were Solomon Island. I'm not a bird person, really. You'll never be able to look at me the same. The front door was cracked open. I could see and called in the cops. Just went in, no lizard, which means they were in my house. When I came home, that iguana saved me from who knows what. Yeah, true. Hmm. I think he meant say rightish and autocorrect got it. But are the Mullicans, Ricky? That is pretty bad. Golf and cockatoo. Tiny mean birds. Maybe you just weren't working with them enough, Ricky. Jeez. I have taken care of a couple of rescue African greys like 6 or 7 years ago. It was pretty fun. I found a nice home for them at an aviarium. Maybe, yeah, I think that's what it's called. But it's a bird place, right? He makes a good point, Mysteries now. Heck yeah. Duck Orps cockatoo. Cockatoo. Hey, it happens. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna start calling him Relish from now on. Right. Going on 2 hours. Yeah. I don't even know when somebody else comes up. I think I have a while. I don't know. Let's go find out. Yeah, nobody even comes on till fucking 5. Fuck it, let's roll with it. Somebody threw something up. I got a lot of the people that I watch in here. Have you guys scheduled anything between now and 5 o'clock that I should be aware of before I decide just to keep rolling until then? Or if anybody else can find anybody? That's what I see. I don't see anybody. They terrorized my dog. That was horrible. She wouldn't come to me or anyone else for an hour. They also stole my artwork. I was just kind of happy to. I could see that. Right there, like the dolphins. I couldn't tell you what that is in my time, right off the top of my head. I'm Eastern. What the link here? All 3 hours away. We got plenty of time. It's 7 o'clock for me, so thank you for sharing the link. Eduardo, hey man. Oh, you're like pretty much right in the middle. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna shoot for 5 o'clock, right before. God, I already forgot who the hell I was looking at. It goes live at 5. Shit. Petsotics and SLC Aquatics at 5. Probably just gonna roll to them. How you doing today, man? How's work? Hit the 2 hour mark, and I'll probably throw up a link if anybody wants to come up, hang out for a little bit. Okay, I'm having to go to the breakdown and break down a little tank in the bathroom. Funkier than hell. Nothing worse than a funky ass tank. What gets me sometimes is and it's nothing against them. It's just you get the older people who are like 60, 70, 80 years old and they physically can't take care of it anymore. And it sits in their house for like half a year before they decide to do anything about it or try to find somebody that can. And they end up getting a hold of me and I have to go take care of it because it smells like they've been shitting in that tank for like a month and then just sealed it up and let it sit. It's not pretty. The stink stays in your nostrils, man. And on your clothes. It's horrid. Never. I had a leak in my bathroom tank. Yep, MTS is real. It definitely is. I got 2 fucking fish rooms technically, and I still find the need to put a tank in my living room and my bedroom and in my fucking kitchen counter. And yeah. Cool. I just literally got home, stupid staff meeting with nothing new to offer. Damn. They just bitching at everybody. Said there's a lot of shitty office politics that they have to deal with. Now that you hear fly, is there a certain type of Solomon Island ground boa that Phoenix has got? I know they're red, but I don't know if there's anything more specific to it than just that or not. No, Ricky, it's a really nice, pretty planet tank with a bunch of purple Harlequin Rasbora and a bunch of yellow fire shrimp or the gold line yellow shrimp or whatever you want to call them. There's a few different names for them. Mostly bullshit about testing schedules, SAT testing, and more bullshit about school. Figures. It's definitely weird, like going from I've never like actually spoken to a teacher at all before. Really, I mean, I ran into my teacher a couple of times at the fucking grocery store or something like that, but never actually like sat and chatted to see like a little bit of what the shit they go through in a day. It's pretty nuts. Not saying I've never taken for granted what teachers do for everybody, because I have not. They are why we all have half a brain, so or at least half a brain. Some people you just can't help. Used to be called Calcutta Radish. Nice. I had to cover a PE teacher's class today, and another PE teacher spoke to me like I was her subordinate, and I had words with the Well, let me ask you this, Eduardo. You seem like a pretty fit, skinny guy. Were you in better shape than she was? PE teacher now. She better be. Because if she not, she definitely should probably shut up a little bit. Good. Good, good, good. Hey, Adkins, welcome. How's work, man? Eating all the cashews again? On a rocky tank with rock lobsters, but I know after a bottle or two, man, most of the tank would be on the grill. Oh man, I used to have like a big old tilapia in a fish tank, man, and it's the meanest son of a bitch ever. It killed like 3 or 4 different females I put him with. One day, I came real close to fucking flaying his ass out, throwing him on on the fucking skillet. Her attitudes, her attitude towards the students was pathetic, talking down to them and shit. Came at me to go after a few students because last week they had issues. What the hell? Sounds like a big old pain in the ass. No nut roasting today. Not sanitation side cleaning up pans. Well, that sucks butt. Work all day, eat cashews, clean fucking pans. I'm gonna choose to eat them goddamn cashews. Hell yeah. Hmm. Oh, hey, I was gonna throw it up here in a few minutes. I was trying to hit. I was waiting until the 2 hour mark. 11 or 9 minutes. I don't know. Just giving it time. Still got another 2 hours. Wink at you. I don't know if I should. You might like it too much. Yeah. Yep. Gonna go for another 2 as well, I think. Another hour, maybe. Yeah, another hour and 15 minutes. I'm sorry. It's a little off there, I guess. Oops. No, Mistress, no, but I have been working on a fucking YouTube channel for it. I'm in the testing phase, reading stuff off and sending it to my friends to tell me how I fucked up. No, but if you have a medical card, they have dispensaries available. They've been pushing it every year for the last few years, so it's bound to get through here soon. This year, there was a lot less opposition to it than there has been. Hey, on the Oscars, thanks for stopping in. No problem. Hope you're having a good day. And around here, it's pretty freaking easy to get a green card. It's really easy. Only problem with here in Ohio, it's asininely expensive. You might have dispensaries here, but they can't like bring stuff in from other bigger, well-known places. It's all in-state stuff usually. Everything's produced in state, from what I understand. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I go to a couple of them here. Um, the one place, if I just go get like, what's like an eighth of Girl Scout cookies, they're probably going to charge you like $80. That's just for 3.5 grams. So it's pretty shitty. I know they can write an actual prescription for it for your green card or just give you a green card. I just have my green card. I filled it out online. And they sent me one. So talked to a doctor online for like 20 minutes. Oh, not a cookie, Ricky. It's 3.5 grams of um the good stuff. Yeah. Watch my words on YouTube. Mistress. No, yeah, I was just using that because it's a pretty popular strain, at least around here. Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
doing all right? What's up?
Yeah, by the title, one ticked off educator. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, I mean, not for nothing, not to interrupt and change the your train of thought, but we get our regular classes, and then if we're short a teacher, they'll call you, and then you go and cover for that teacher. And I like this physical ed teacher; she's really cool. And so I said, I'll cover, no big deal. So I went and I covered. It was like right before lunch, and this other one who's new to the school, yeah, I mean, I'm loud, but I teach drama, so I'm in an auditorium with 500 seats and empty space, and I'm pretty loud. And the kids, when they're close, they're like, "Oh, Ringo, you're in my ear. I'm sorry. I apologize to them and stuff," but they get it. And this lady literally was going around yelling at the kids, the ones that I'm covering, not her kids, not her students, but the students that I'm covering for the teacher. She told told one of the girls, I went up to her and I said, you're not dressed for PE today. Is everything all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm just not feeling well, in Spanish. She didn't speak English. The student didn't speak English. So I was like, all right, no big deal. You can sit there. You're not missing a grade or getting what is it called?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. Oh God, doubtful. Getting a demerit or anything for not having your uniform on. So I said, no big deal. So I walked away and I went to the tennis courts where I had like 20 kids practicing tennis. So I'm there. Then I step out and I hear this teacher screaming out like, why aren't you walking? Because if they're not in uniform, they're supposed to walk around the whole time to get some exercise. And the girl said, I don't speak English. And I heard the teacher said, well, I'm speaking English, speak English, and walked away. Then she go up to a kid that I have in my class. His name is Ricky. And again, he wasn't dressed, and he's walking around in a nice shirt. He plays basketball today. Was there, they get dressed nice. And he thought that he was going to be in Hope or Health instead of the gym, and he didn't bring a change of clothing. And I said, no big deal. So, again, you're not going to get demerit or anything. So then I spoke to these three guys, all Latinos. And I said, you guys aren't dressed. You're going to walk around in bling bling? Because they had like little jackets with rhinestones on it. I thought it was so friggin' funny. It's something I guess they're going on. And I'm like, okay, just go walk and do whatever you want. No, we're just going to chill. I was like, go ahead. No big deal. Then I'm standing in the gate watching the kids, do their racket practice and stuff like that with their tennis. And I love tennis. So I showed them what they didn't know and stuff like that. And I hear her and she calls me and I'm like, what's up? She's like, as far away that you and I are on the screen. And she, in full volume with kids around me, said, you need to go check on those kids over there because they had issues last week. And, you just need to be over there. Brennan, I looked at her and I said, you're calling me out on kids that I just spoke to in front of other students. Since when did you become my principal or the school director? The head coach is out today and you're yelling at me in front of other students. Do me a favor. Take a couple of steps back and stop yelling and talking down to people. All right?
Right.
Just stop talking. I'm loud, but I was really pissed off. But I was really loud talking to her. And she goes, well, I don't like your attitude. And I said, you can go F yourself. Okay? Go F yourself. And I walked away. And the kids that heard it were like, oh, shit. They're like, oh, shit. Everybody stopped playing tennis because everybody heard it. And the kids that were on the other court playing basketball, they stopped. Just stopped. I said, just get away from me. So when I went over to the at lunch, I had lunch duty as well, which is 15 minutes of my 45 minutes. I have to, take care, make sure everybody's going the right way and stuff like that. School safety stuff that we do. Once a week or once a month, we do 15 minutes of our time. And an administrator was next to me, and I told her what had happened. And she goes, Orengo, that teacher, I don't know why that. And she said, why the fuck She hasn't been fired yet. This is her first year, and at every turn, she has issues with students. Now, mind you, I may be white, but I'm Puerto Rican. All right. She doesn't know who I am. And she's talking to all these kids that are of color.
Yeah.
Latin. Okay. And she's a white, older woman yelling and talking. I'm talking down. Like, why are you wearing that hat that way, Brennan? You should not be wearing those glasses. Why is your shit like this shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, oh no. Oh no, I wasn't gonna put up with that. Then she came at me, and I'm like, you don't know who the hell you're talking to, you know.
I ain't gonna put up with it.
No, so I told the assistant principal of curriculum, and I was like, there is just no way in hell this person is going to, you can't have someone like that talking down to anybody, and then thinking that you can just talk to anybody like you own them. I'm
right.
Like, she came across. Look, I have not been put in prison yet because I have not found that Karen. Okay. You know how people talk about Karens and all these idiots always, they're lucky that whenever that shit happens, I'm not there, because literally, Brennan, I would punch the shit out of them. I don't give a fuck. I was like, there is no way in hell. I mean, I on purposely do not shop Walmart. Nothing against Walmart. It's just the Karens that go there. And it's like, I just won't do it because I know, and that teachers are held at a different standard than regular people. You can't, I mean, someone sees this right now, they'll probably say, oh, Rengo, we saw this on the media center. You're saying the word fuck and the teacher and all that shit. She can go fuck herself. Anyway. And then, yes, exactly. Ritesh, racist, pure racist. That's all that spewed out of her mouth. But she didn't say anything to the Caucasian students that were out of uniform or not doing anything, or two that actually were sitting all the way on the other end. She didn't say anything to them. And then, of course, the young girl who didn't speak English just had a miscarriage 2 days ago. The one that couldn't speak English and she couldn't walk. She had a legitimate excuse. She just had a miscarriage. Mind you, this is high school. Okay, Brennan? This is not college. This is not, she's not an adult. She's a young woman. And that's where it went. I was like, no, there's just no way. So I took the girl's name. I took the Ricky's name. Obviously, I know Ricky. And I just told her, I said, these are the students, call them up. This woman was being completely belligerent to them. And then I told her about the incident. She mentioned the girl's name. And I said, yes, that's her name. And she goes, you got to be shitting me. And I'm like, no. So that being said, being outside with the students and we're outside, we're not in the gym, we're outside, and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, just the wrong person. She came at the wrong person. Because you just don't do that. You don't, I mean, it's like, I've been doing it for 25 years. Have I had an issue with students? Yes. Have they dropped the F-bomb? Yes. Have I written them up? No. I need you to go work with me this weekend. Why? Why, Patrick? Get in trouble? Probably get arrested. It's like, I can't deal with it. It's like, I won't actually not deal with it. I won't put up with it. We can have a legitimate argument professionally. We can disagree. But let's say you're my principal. You're the school principal. And you got something to say. You better call my ass into your office, lock that door, and chew my ass out just between you and I. But not in front of anybody else. Another person's there, I will sue your ass and curse your ass out and maybe fuck you up. Because that's just not how you do it. You don't do that. Right. I mean, maybe I'm old school, but you just don't bring down students' morale that way ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Exactly.
We're supposed to build them, not knock them down. But look, it's not that. I asked the 4 kids that got in trouble last week. I said, after she's like moved her ass away, they came around and I was like, why you guys get in trouble last week? She goes, how you know? I said, she just told me. Man, that crazy bitch. I was like, show respect. She is an elderly woman. That was the joke. Anyway, and they said, because we went walking to the other side when we're not supposed to get off the circle, it's a track. And they got off the track and they went around the back of the building and came. But there's a track that goes around the back of the building and comes right back to the track. So they were just following the other track, but they're not supposed to do that. And I like, and they got written up because they were like, they were accused of, this is them telling their story. And now, you know, kids are going to lie. They're going to make up, try to make themselves look good. And I just looked at him and I said, all right, cut the bullshit. Did you do it on purpose? And I'm like, well, yeah, sort of. I'm like, oh, okay. But that was it. It's not like they were jumping a fence, kicking somebody, they were not doing anything dangerous. They were just doing something careless. Big difference, right? And I'm like, okay, no, that's just not how it works. And, you know, and she had the audacity, Brennan, she had the audacity that she didn't like my attitude. She said, I don't like your attitude. Like that. I
would have thrown it right back in her face. What about your friggin' attitude?
You don't even see. I wanted to if I had a mirror, I would have put a mirror right in her face. Probably shoved her face in the mirror. So you need to look at this. And I don't know. It was just one of those. Never happened before. I never had a colleague do that. You know, like,
that's weird.
We have differences. I mean, I remember it was with the band director. And I was testing, and his room is like literally across the hall. And they were practicing and everything, and they were loud because they were outside in the hallway. Yeah. And I came out, I left the ESC teacher in the room. I came out, I walked up to him and I said, yo, I'm testing the kids in the hallway. You know, I didn't go to the kids and tell them they can't be there because the teacher gave them permission to go out there. So I went to the teacher and said, we can't have them out there. He goes, well, we'll need to talk about that. And I said, we can, but right now I'm testing and they need to come back in the room. And we talked, you know, he went to the principal and the principal said, well, he was testing. Who was watching the kids in the hallway? If you're in the classroom, who's outside watching the students? So, you know, I mean, he's the one that went bitching over there. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm just telling him. I said it nicely. I mean, I like him, so it's not like I had a problem with him. It's just
obviously he had one.
and I wasn't testing my class course. It was a state test at that. I forget what it is. It starts with an A, and they had to pass it in order to get out of the remedial English. And I'm like, you can't study with banging and noises and flutes and thimbles and stick going out in the hallway. So anyway, but that was that.
Snitchy.
I mean, how are your fish doing?
Good.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good. And I got all those baby plecos still alive. I've only lost one out of 73 of them. So.
Which one? What kind of plecos? Regular plecos or bristlenose?
Longfin albino female to a super red albino longfin.
Okay. I want some. Because I've been trying to get them from Sandy. I've been trying to get them from Steven. Nobody's like giving me nothing. I'm like, okay, we need to do this.
They're doing good.
And I'm like, we got to get to well, now the weather's like 80 something in here. So it's like hot like crazy.
Yeah. I don't even want anything for them. I'll just shoot. I usually give them away for free anyways.
We get them. Well, you could raffle them off too. You could do that. I don't mind. I don't mind paying shipping and stuff like that. That's great. But it's sort of like that kind of day. So I didn't have a planning period. You know, there's 7 periods in a day, 1 lunch break. 15 minutes of that was taken away to hall monitoring and stuff. So I literally had 30 minutes to wind down in the middle of the day after 5 straight classes. And all I can think about is wanting to choke this bitch to death. So, yeah, I mean, oh, Jesus, you have no idea. You have not for what she said to me, but the way she spoke to the students. The way, and all of them were saying she does this all the time. She's been reported so many times. I'm like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Where you going, Roderick?
I've seen a few.
Sorry, go ahead.
My fair share of shitty teachers. I had one straight up tell me she didn't want to help me no more.
What?
That was probably the worst. Yeah.
Wait, you're only no. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Was she an older teacher?
She was in her late 40s.
That means back
Miss
then,
Roberts, my 7th grade teacher.
No, middle school is the worst. Middle schools are the worst.
That was funny. Well, like, I was on an IEP and stuff, and in middle school and in elementary and
Right.
stuff all through school. So
Right.
I mean, I had a little bit of issues. I have a little bit of dyslexia and stuff. So
Right,
I had
exactly.
ADHD and to boot with it. So she just got frustrated with me, and
That's not your
first
problem.
thing that came out of her mouth. Yeah.
I'm not going to help you anymore like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is. I have a breeding pair, but I can't call you because my phone is not working. Well, you got my email, Steven. What's wrong with you? And I love that. His phone's not working, but he is married to a teacher who I know has to have a phone. And I know that he probably has the computer, which has Messenger, which he can message with as well. You mean the mute button is not working on your phone, Steven? You know, Geek Boy, can you be any more of an asshole? You are always picking on me. Why are you always picking on me? Because I allow it. Okay. Wait till I see your ass in the clash.
He cracks me up.
You're not going to be cycling no more. You're going to be a unicycle in the head. But it's like that kind of I can't deal with bad administration. And administration is, yeah, there's a lot of political things that you have to work around. As long as I do my job and my kids are learning and they pass their test and I'm I'm ranked a superior teacher, I don't care. And ranked superior teacher is that you have an 80 or above passing grade in state exams. They don't care about if they have straight A's in your class. It's the state exams.
Yeah.
You told me to call you. Yeah, okay, Steven. All right. And he's laughing. But at 80%, and it's always over 80, and then my evaluations are always superb. So I don't care. You know, I don't have those kind of issues. Been doing too long, and I'm really. And the students, they're like, "Mr. Oh, you're so cool. You're this." I'm like, I am not cool. I am not cool. I don't consider myself cool.
I wasn't a teacher, but I was a security guard at a middle school.
That's pretty cool. Annette, that is tough. That is really tough.
See, around here, they have actual sheriffs that sit at the school.
Correct. We do too, Brendan. We do too. We have sheriffs in the school. Actually, 4 of them.
Got to walk through a metal detector and all that jazz.
Yep. What is it, Brendan? I know I used to misspell your name, but can you see where they go? Patty called me Wardo. Like, what's up with this? Steven going, I'll get in touch with Wardo. Jesus.
A little bit quicker than typing out Eduardo, I guess.
You know what his wife said? Change my name. Yeah, don't ever Wardo. There you go, Egan. Jenna says, change my name to just call me Master Eduardo Antonio Rango Costa. Just the whole damn thing. Just to piss them all off. And then I think it's Rico and somebody called me Barboso or Verbose, talkative. And Barboso in Spanish actually means is a Spanish word for full of shit. You're full of shit. That kind of translation. And I'm like, no, I ain't changing my name. Patty calling you Wardo is probably one of the nicest things she is going to call you.
Thanks, Mary.
I love Patty, so why would that be any different? I baked out the dark room and the graphics. Richard!
Here's a question for you, Eduardo.
From what board exam is out there? Oh, we have what they call the Standard Aptitude Test, SAT. one that's FAT, and then we have the Florida aptitude test as well. So there's three. In 10th grade, you got to pass one in order to get out of remedial English and mathematics. And then in junior and high school, you got to pass the SAT. If you didn't pass your your FCAT or FAT, you got to pass those in order to graduate and in order to be.
That's hilarious, Snooch.
Yeah, so there's three that you need to pass one of the three, and then the SAT obviously is ranking if you're going to college. All right, sorry, Richard. I don't mean to put you back in school, but I bet you were always in detention, Richard. Go ahead, tell us. So yeah, IEPs are important.
Yeah.
I have a lot. Yes, I have a whole bunch of my students that are in my. We tweet. We what's the other one? Facebook, and there's another one. Twitch. Yeah, we do, but they're like 30s now.
Melissa, have a good day.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have kids that I taught. Actually, there's a new assistant band. He was my student 10th grade 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And now he's the assistant band director.
I think
so.
Knowing her a little bit, she's meaning in a more sexual manner.
No way. No, never, ever. I don't see. Here's the weird thing, Brennan. I don't see my students in color. I don't see my students in any, if they're female or male. I see them as students. Laughing Gardens. What up, Mr. O? Legal now? You son of you son of a bitch. Yeah, okay. No, never. Knock on wood. They do respect me. They respect who I am, how I work, and they're very appreciative. And they actually say, and students will lie their asses off, but they say I was their favorite teacher, and I love hearing that. I love hearing I was their favorite teacher. I was different than everybody else. And obviously, you can tell I was not like one of your regular teachers. If I was teaching you, I would get to the teaching part, the lesson, and then let's find out how I can help you scaffold, differentiate how I can help you, because you have an IEP with ADHD and you have a reading deficiency, or what was it, dyslexia, or you're an ELA student, you don't understand the language. I got all that kind of shit. You got to break it down for individual students. Yeah. So, and again, 2 masters, doing my doctorate, all that shit is refreshing in my own mind, which is what I use. We use Bloom's taxonomy. We start here by identifying, and we raise it to critical thinking and analyzing, and coming up with your own solution. It's always raising the level. You got to keep it on the standard.
Back in high school, something we dropped out and got me. Hey, at least you went back and did it. That's more than what most people can say.
Who said that?
Atkins. There may or may not have been some things going on in that dark worm that were not approved of. No, the arts room.
No,
hey,
it didn't have a dark room.
It was funny. I knew what you meant.
But it is a different experience for a lot of people. I was fortunate. I grew up in an inner city. I had a mixture of different teachers. I remember my 5th grade teacher was the first Afro-American woman that I had as a teacher. Everybody else was very, very old and Caucasian, male and female. 2nd grade was Mr. Paglia. 3rd grade was Mrs. Katz with a K. 4th grade, I never remember, but she's the one that got me into loving fish. 5th grade was Mrs. Wigfall, and 6th grade was Mrs. Zeller, another ancient, humongous woman. She was so tall. Then, of course, in middle school, it was a big, you had a whole bunch of teachers. But I still remember Mrs. York, because I remember singing the song. I was in Glee Club, and I said, there's a song that was like, short people got No reason to. And I said, live. And she got so pissed off. She was my home teacher. She was great, Mrs. York. Love her. Love
Speaking
her.
of teachers, my high school teacher, Mr. Bowers, my science teacher, taught biology and science, and he gave me a call the other day and asked me what he needs to set up a freshwater system, or if I could help him out with that. And his classroom always had a nice, like, 150-gallon low boy reef tank just sitting in the middle of the classroom.
Love it.
Urchins,
You gotta
and
love
fish,
that.
and all sorts of stuff, corals, and just thought it was crazy. I learned all that from him, and now he's coming to me and asking
About freshwater.
yeah, stuff like that. It was pretty neat.
I love the while I was at Golden Gate when I first got here, I think it was like the end of the third year, the marine biologist teacher was leaving the school. He got transferred to a different school. Well, he chose to transfer to a different state, I guess. So he had to get rid of all his saltwater fish. And he knew I had aquariums. So he goes, hey, you want me to build you a saltwater tank? And I'm like, why? Because I got to get rid of all the fish. I said, why? Because I'm leaving. It's like, because why? You know, like all the questions always why. It's a teacher's mode thing. And he just like, well, what happened was, and then he told me the whole story. And he was tattooed all the way. He had the sleeve tattoos all the way down and from the neck down. So he always had to wear a shirt with a tie. Anyway, because he couldn't show his tattoos in school, district policy. I don't know. Anyway, they've changed, but back then it wasn't like that. So I was like, okay, let's build it. So we built I had a 40, so we built a 40-gallon. He gave me all the live rocks, all that stuff. He told me this is what you got to do. This is how we did it, and I got all that. I got a whole bunch of damsels. Let's go. I saw my third grade teacher 10 years ago, and she actually recognized me. And even though I was over 40 years old, she said, hello, Motormouth. You were Motormouth? Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hey, at least you were remembered.
You were remembered. Yes, you were remembered. Because of the Motormouth. And I have to agree, Mary Page, 95% of the students that I see outside of the classroom after so many years, I remember them for being the idiots in the classroom, the loudmouths, the big mouths, the troublemakers, this, that, the other. But the really sweet kids, the ones that straight A's, didn't argue, didn't bring anything, don't remember. They got to remind me. So it's kind of weird, but that happens a lot. The nice kids are the ones that are under a tattooed marine biologist is a shady person. And actually, he wasn't a shady person, though. He wasn't a shady person. He was a good dad. He had 3 kids. I think it had to do with the divorce. That's how I kind of got the fact of it. But I built up the aquarium, and I had it for like 4 years. So,
Yeah.
Really cool. And again, that's when I got the clowns, the clownfish, the dory fish. I forget what they called it. The tang, the blue tang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I had them for years.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's sort of like that. I hear so many horror stories about horrible teachers that students have, like you were just talking about. I mean, I had a horrible experience with one.
Right.
It only takes one. It only takes one to ruin it for you. It only takes one.
Especially a kid, man. They remember that shit.
Yep, they do. But the thing is that when they were telling me or when they were talking to me about her, oh, this is an everyday thing. I'm like, what? Can you imagine Jenna P yelling at her pre-kinder kids about whatever, just yelling at them?
You pick up those goddamn toys.
Yeah. Can you imagine the parents eating her alive? Period.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, no. And I got students, or I've had students that are now parents to kids in my classroom. So that's how long it goes. I'm like, holy cow. That's not fun.
Right.
And when you see a student in your school as a teacher, and like, okay, it's time for me to retire. I gotta go.
When it hits you,
I'm not ready.
Right.
I want to, but not because of I just don't know what I would do if I stopped.
Yeah. For real.
For
Never
real.
know.
Yep, for real. Yep. I remember mom's second husband. He used to have a collection of coins, like silver quarters and stuff like that. And we were poor. We were poor as dirt. And I remember snatch, grab a quarter. I have some milk and cookies at the school for a quarter. Yep. I have older kids. I have high school, just before college.
Really good teachers only had an issue with my ornamental horticulture teacher of all things. That stinks. Are you talking about yeah, you're talking about plants. I actually have a buddy in our Discord. His name's Botanical Overlord. He went to college for ornamental horticulture as well.
Wow. Look what he said down. He said that they treated them like janitors for the classes that they did. See, no, I'm sorry. You talk down to students. You talk down to anybody. I don't care. What's the phrase? Show me your true face when you're at that place. When you're talking down to people, when you're belittling people, that's your true self. That's your true self.
Right.
You know, your inner hatred. Yeah, definitely.
You know, when I'm in class, we're future farmers, so she treated us like janitors for classes that did. Damn. The teacher would make fun of me for being fat on a regular basis in elementary school. I was too shy, young, and too low self-esteem to ever say anything about it or think it was wrong. Yeah, that's pretty shitty too, man.
Yeah, look what Odie Oscar said. As a kid, I had great teachers. As a parent, police were called. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Oh gosh, that would be like no. What did Steven say? I had a teacher who would make fun of me for being fat on a regular basis, and you're lucky I wasn't your father, Steven. That teacher would be dead. That teacher would be dead if she's not here. She's not dead now. That would be, you know, I saw your baby picture that you have on Facebook or somewhere. And obviously you had issues with seeing and stuff like that. And because you were a little chunky and they called, no.
That's pretty crappy.
Yeah.
John was being a janitor. My husband was a janitor for 25 years.
My aunt, may she rest in peace.
Dude.
She made a lot of money, Brennan, cleaning the World Trade Center offices and the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building. Her job was to go in there and clean their toilets.
Some of my favorite, like, there was an old fellow that was a janitor at my high school, and he was fantastic. He was my favorite person there. He was so funny.
Yep. I was like,
he loved his job.
And my aunt, she made a lot of money, a lot, and she retired before she turned 60.
Nice.
She started when she was in her late teens. When she moved from Puerto Rico to New York City. There is nothing wrong with janitors. I believe, and here, damn Eduardo, it's a huge hit list. Yeah, Freddie never wins the lottery. Shit, I missed my. Oh, here's my thought, Brennan. I think that I believe that anyone that cleans.
Shit,
What are you reading?
I think she did die.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyone who cleans public bathrooms should get paid more than what the president gets paid a year. Okay? Or the senators or the lobbyists, all those assholes. Because what is best to walk into a nice smelling John, and freshness, and of course you stink it up. But at least it's, I think they should get paid a lot more. A lot more.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
It's a nasty job.
Yep.
I'd rather go shovel pig shit than clean after human filth.
Oh, I did it one time. I had to. And Brennan, look up to your ceiling a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, look straight up. Why would shit be up there? Why would shit be up there? Tell me, explain that to me. Up there in the women's restroom.
Dude,
Why
I
the
swear
hell
to
would
God,
you
in any
be up
public
there?
setting, the women's restroom is always the fucking worst.
Worst. The worst. The women.
Always shit everywhere, and like how they get piss on the all over the toilet, I'll never know. But yeah, dude, that's always been a mystery to me too.
Up there. And I'm talking about it had, I mean, my ceiling is low, but it was like on the second floor ceiling. That's how high the ceiling was in the restaurant. And why the hell was shit up there? And then, you know, it was like up there, and it was like literally like, oh my God, when ice is melting, what do they call icicles? It was like shitsicles. Oh, new word, shitsicles. There you go. Shitsicles coming down.
Oh
How the hell
man,
they got up there?
Snoochie says
Shitsicles.
they
That's a new
hovered.
word.
That's how.
Oh, it must have been his son. Steven's talking about his son. It could be your son, but he looks exactly like you. Jenna had nothing to do with that. He looks exactly like you. Zach looks exactly like Steven. But yeah, if he was my student, and today during the physical ed, I don't have the student. Her name, Raven, but she has an eye patch.
Yeah.
You know, she's like 4 feet tall, but she has an eye patch. She's blind on one eye from a degenerate kind of thing in the eye, and she's legally blind and stuff. And so she came up to me. I was with the tennis, and she started talking to me, and I said, "Do you want to learn how to play?" And she goes, I can't see the ball. And I'm like, "Why? You have one eye, you know?" I'm like, "You got one working eye?" And she goes, "I do, but I can't see green." So she has a stigmatization that she can't see red. She can't see yellow, and she can't see green. So I learned all this in a 54-minute. All this shit happened in 54 minutes. You know, one had a miscarriage. This one can't see. This teacher is a freaking bitch and hoe. The kids didn't do nothing. I'm like all that and I'm like by the time I was like, it was lunchtime. It went like that. That's the good thing. What were you doing in a woman's? I was cleaning. I was actually told I was working in New York City. We're doing rehearsals for a particular play I was called Sex Crimes, and one of the deals was that you had to work in Mama Leone's in New York City, her restaurant, because she was sponsoring the play. So you had to go work at her place, and at the same time, you had to be a server. But they always put you first day is cleaning toilets. It's a humbling experience.
It is.
It's a humbling experience. So that's why I was in the women's restroom cleaning and up there. But anywhere you go, and I've been into the women's restrooms because when I gotta go, I don't give a shit. I'll go into the women's. I go into the men's. I don't give a shit. I'll go. If I gotta go, I gotta go. What am I gonna do? Pee myself? No. Fuck you. No. So I've gone, and it's the worst. Yes, we miss the toilet, and there's always urine all over the place, and the urinals and all that stuff. But the women, we're talking about, and let me not go about what or where they put their sanitary napkins. We'll change the subject right there. Okay, that is just disgusting. Disgusting.
Wait, so Oscars, are you saying you're one of those people that are shitting up the bathroom? I'm just
probably. Probably. I clean my own toilet, so it doesn't matter.
Me too. Damn, Steven, I hope he's doing it. Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's great, Steven. But the thing is, you can't stifle children for their life condition. You can't. Just because they're going through a little bit of learning blocks. You know, it's a building. You got to build on it. You know, you're married to a teacher, Steven. She knows. I mean, I don't know if you ever talk about her job. I highly doubt it because you're constantly talking about you. Selfish bastard. Jokingly. I was talking about the teacher, Stefan. I think I'm way behind you on my chat. Oh.
Possibly. Okay. Possibly.
My old lady will hold it all day long because she won't go in a public restroom. So they must be a wreck on there. Probably. Probably. I just don't ever understand.
See that, Steven?
And I constantly bring that up. How is it that dung is up there. I don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah, that's. They had a food fight in the bathroom.
Wait, you guys jerk off in the bathroom a lot too. You just can't see their mess. Easy
Nah.
Oh, no.
Nah.
No,
You
no,
can name that shit. There's
I
no
don't.
excuse.
That I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
No.
No. There's a lot of places where we could do that. The bathroom is not one of them. As a kid, probably, but in my house, never happened. There's too many of us in the house.
No.
There's too many of us in the house. And then you could never lock the bathroom door in our home. You can't. You can lock it. My mom would break the door down and kick your ass.
Playing catch until it got stuck on the ceiling.
Yeah, right. No.
From the windows to the walls.
From the windows to the walls. Nope. Not in this case. Nope. I mean, I remember, you know the old saying about the sticky sock?
No.
The crunchy sock?
The crunchy sock, yeah.
The crunchy sock, yeah. Personally, no. But my brothers, they had crunchy socks.
Yeah, no.
And the difference is because, you know, when you're one of 6 kids, or in this case, the 3 elders, mom would take a color and she would sew the color on the sock, like green, blue, and red, so that she knew what socks belonged to whom and when they're paired off. My socks were always white and soft. Theirs were crispy and yellow. Yeah, and the funk. Oh my God, the funk. That shit used to. Oh, no, that was disgusting. So at least I experienced it, but it wasn't a personal thing. And I would tell you if it was, I could care less. But no, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was a little more bougie about it.
Yeah, my older brother was a pig, and my younger brother just followed his suit. May he rest in peace. But that's the way they were. And my youngest brothers, I wasn't with them when they were being raised, so I wouldn't know.
It's same bougie. I can't say I have either. That's a little fucking weird.
I have never ever done that in a public bathroom. Okay, so he's done it in the private bathrooms. That's the point, boys. Can't do it at home, so they do it in the public bathrooms.
Dude,
what's his name? May he rest in peace. Was busted in public bathrooms for Podrick was in here. He would know. What's his name? He just died last year or the year before. Wham, the guy who sang Wham.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, come on. You would.
It's not coming to me for some reason.
Oh, George something.
Mm-hmm.
Not Boy George, but George Michaels. There you go.
George Michaels. Shit.
George Michaels. He got busted by going into by police, but he was trying to get some pieces. He was trying to get a piece of meat in the public bathroom.
Man. Mary
My
can't
boys
even figure it out.
wanted me not to clean under their beds. Now I know why. We had bunk beds, so there was no way you could. And then we had boxes underneath there. Nope, that's not where they put them. We had hampers. Is that what you guys call them? You still call them hampers?
Yeah.
Where you throw your clothing in?
Yeah.
Yeah, hampers.
I don't know. I did that shit in the shower. Wash that shit away, man.
No. Now, in the shower, that's a different story.
Right.
In the shower was a different story. But in the bathroom, no. The shower was a different story. June, don't ever look under a teen boy's bed. Oh,
if you do, use a rake.
And gloves and sanitizers and everything else you can think about.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I had my eldest brother. He went through puberty. It was awful. Through chicks, the old baked bean in public bathrooms. Maybe that's why Gene stays away from them. What's that? I don't know.
Masturbating.
Old baked bean. That's what that means. Really? Oh Jesus.
Flicking the bean. Yeah.
Oh God. Flicking the bean. No. Oh God. Now that we're going there.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I have 3 daughters, but I have 4 grandsons. I'm not looking forward to those days. Don't look under the bed. Just don't look under the. Isn't there a movie? Don't look under the bed. Somebody have to correct me there. Don't look under the bed. Look at
You're
this.
right.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably.
Girls would be too loud to do that in public. Really? When Sally met what's his face? When Sally met Harry and she does that orgasmic thing in the diner, sure they're quiet. Oh God. They fake it all the time, right? Yeah, and Steven, so you're a screamer in it?
Oh, shit.
Actually, I never really hear the guys when we stay at motels and stuff like that. I always hear the women moaning and groaning. I never hear guys.
I guess they give less of a fuck.
I never hear the guys. Okay, girls would be the loud and public.
I mean, it's pretty weird for guys to moan that goddamn loud. I mean, come on now. Like,
unless they're gay. Unless they're gay.
I guess I don't.
And they're being drilled. I guess that could be it. But women, I hear women mostly, or the banging. It's either the banging or the women screaming. Well, I'm not going to hold it in. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh my God.
I'll start whiskey days with Ricky this week. What do you think about it? Brutally true about the animal community. I have no idea what he's talking about. You?
He's talking about starting a channel where he's drinking whiskey and talking about the animal community.
That could get nasty real quick. I mean, whiskey could fuck you up.
So that's what that
Let It Go song is all about. Women, let it go. Icy, let it go. Oh, okay. Wow, we started from teaching and bitching, and now we're talking about all this shit.
Shits and
clicking the bean. And Annette started it. And Annette started it. But she started saying, I get hit on the DM. No, thank goodness. No. And when I was a young, not too long ago, I used to be a chunker. I used to be 280 pounds. So there was not pretty things that I would like. No. Just never did. Too innocent, I guess. I was too innocent. Yeah, and just lost all my credentials. Yes, you did. Yep. He's going to do it next week. You're going to lose all your credentials if you do the whiskey. I would do that. I don't think I would do a live stream, drinking. No. I've seen way too many drinkers on live streams just go off the rails. No. I would stay on them. I mean, I could dabble with. I don't do beer because it just looks like urine to me. So no, it's not attractive to me.
I don't know. I'm weird about drinking. I don't drink too much.
My sister loves green bottle Heineken's, right?
Yeah, that's
her favorite go-to beer. And one time, it was super. We're in Puerto Rico. It was super. It was like 160 degrees. I don't know. It was really hot. And she said, have a beer. It's going to be good. Nope. Took 2 sips. That was the end of it. Couldn't do it.
Piss warm.
No. It was frozen, like really, really like icicle like kind. But just the taste. I guess it's the Haas. Yep. The cold.
I always drink whiskey on my fish tube or hay fish tube stream. Steven was talking about having whiskey while he's doing his hay fish tube stream. Moderation, 2 drinks.
Fish tube stream. Well,
vodka.
I'm sure he takes it in moderation. Yeah, exactly. He just said that moderation. It's different,
Mm-hmm.
To live stream while drinking. Angry junks are just too mean to do anything. Yeah.
You're fine, Mystery Snow.
I agree. I need to stop talking so fast. Why? Why? Because he's spilling the beans on how disgusting women are? No big deal. Let it go. Yeah, that's another one. Shitsicles and let it go.
I agree, Geek Boy. You gotta be a happy drunk. Oh, you're fine, buddy.
Apple pie moonshine cake. I've never had that. Any idea? Apple pie moonshine.
Apple pie.
I know moonshine.
It's apples and cinnamon and moonshine.
Wow. I love apples and cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the fucked up part with the moonshine. I mean,
Pretty great.
the only person that's seen me drunk is my best friend who came in my stream the other day. And he did it on purpose. He got me drunk. He took me out. He goes, I'm going to get you drunk. And he was worse off than I was.
It's funny. Said beer look like pee. I imagine it tastes like pee too.
Actually, I wouldn't know if it tastes like pee because, thank you, I've never tasted pee. I just said it just looks like pee. And if I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I can get the old smoky apple pie at Walmart here.
That sounds freaking awesome right now. Without the moonshine.
Me too, Steven. I can't. There's never been a time I've gotten angry or anything like that while I've been drinking. I'm the happiest, chillest, go lucky drunk ever.
If anyone ever got, the only one you have to ask is Aloy, who came on. Just ask him if he ever pops in. How do I get when I get drunk? He's the only one that knows. Only one that knows. And we were in Puerto Rico. That's where we met. But I was about to travel to the United States. And he decided to take me on. Says, before you go, you got to get drunk. I'm going to get you drunk. And I said, I don't get drunk. I said, I don't get drunk. I don't get drunk. And he started off with 2 shots, followed by a Heineken. And I did drink it because I had to drink exactly what he had.
Right.
We didn't make drinks. And then the last drink we had, the son of a bitch, a Long Island iced tea.
Those ones will get you.
A lot of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
The last shot he gave and the last drink was a Long Island iced tea. That shit fucked me up, Brandon. It fucked me up.
ATF made it illegal to sell mixed spirits here in Montana. So if I find it all, drink anymore. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't drink very much.
In 2 years. Good for you, man.
Your family thinks I'm a sexual person when I'm sober. I cannot drink and chat on streams anymore. I mean, aren't we all in a sense, though? I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
When I used to buy excellent moonshine from an old black man named Turkey. I'm the only white girl in Basque he'll sell to. He sold it in sealed milk cartons. Wow.
It's interesting.
Who needs alcohol when you got snoochies? Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right.
Around here, they always sell it by the gallon and like the water gallons sealed.
Yeah. The only thing I love about Richard is that freaking fucking beard he has. It is like so fucking black. Not a single thing is out of place. Love that beard. I wish I had it. When I grew my beard, it was like stringly octopusy things growing out.
I get really thick, burly beards. But since my customers started bitching about it, I just shaved it all off.
Yeah. And now you can tell my mustache is no longer black. It's like going gray. All down here is all white. My hair is almost all white except back here. And so when I grow a beard, it's all white. I'm like, no, I am not looking like Rico. No. Anyway, I didn't shave this morning. Before I go to bed, I got to shave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to shave.
Thinking about growing it out really nice, but I need to find a good barber, I think.
Yeah, to keep it trimmed.
Mm-hmm.
But Richard, who does your beard, by the way? Do you do it or your wife? Who keeps it up? It looks wonderful, by the way.
I'm just too OCD because it's never right when I do it. So.
Ooh, Gardens, you can't party at the Daniken house without. Ooh.
Right.
And you're not going anywhere, so you'll be staying there. So I guess they'll safe. You'll be safe. You can't drive. So I think that's the most dangerous part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is the worst part of it.
For sure. I think we got another 15 minutes here till we're going to be shutting stuff down here, just so everybody's aware. Got other people going up at 5. Going to be shutting things down here in about 15 minutes. You got a couple people coming up at 5. Let me pull it back up here. SLC Aquatics, and there's somebody else. Petzotics.
Oh yeah, Petzotics. Yes. Susan, I actually hate alcohol. I used to drink only on my birthday. Now, I like fruity alcohol. I don't know if you know what a coquito is, Brennan.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You said you did not say a mojito, right?
No, not mojito.
Okay.
Coquito. It's made with coconut. Mojito, I know you know, but a coquito is sort of like an eggnog sort of kind of mix, right? But it's made with Bacardi 151 proof. Um, the sweet milk, I forget what it's condensed milk and that sweet milk and cinnamon. And we have it like only on Christmas time. And it's you only get a shot, like one, I bought a big ass bottle, 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
I love them. I love it. I have a barber, but she only works on occasion. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. Oh, that's all right. So he does have a barber. Richard. Snoochie Booch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 3 a.m. out of cigarettes.
Kate likes
Does sound like a pickle.
Okay. Actually, yeah, but I like. See, I've never done Mary Jane, pot, weed, nothing like that, nothing. But Eloy, he does a lot of. He enjoys. He's in Chicago, so he can get what do they call them, edibles, gummy bears, and stuff like that. Yeah, he doesn't smoke. He'll have a drink, but he likes his gummy bears.
Nice. Viper, I think they go on at 7. I think is what they said.
Who's going at 7?
Foxy and Dee Dee.
Yeah, they go at 7. Yeah, they go at 7.
Tropical eggnog.
Tropical eggnog. Yeah, that's really what it is. But it's called coquito. Coquito. Like a mojito, but coquito. And mojitos are good too, by the way.
Yeah.
I do like them.
I like anything as long as it doesn't hit my stomach and make me want to puke instantly.
Sounds amazing. Will you spell it? Okay, sure. Coquito is COQUITITO. COQUITITO. Coquito. No. Coquito. I'm putting the TI. It's COQUITO. There you go. Coquito. Actually, let me just type the bitch in. Makes sense, right?
It's like the banana man. What is that?
Coquitos. There you go. Did it. I forgot I got the phone. I could have done it on the phone. But that's also, again, it's like a traditional shit for Puerto Rico. For Puerto Ricans. And again, it's like an eggnog, but it's not, it doesn't have the same ingredients. Just looks like it from a distance. Fun times with Eakins and Cat and a little bit of gardens in bed. Really?
Steven.
No wife is going to cut you up. Or maybe cut the banana bread. I love banana bread. Love banana bread. You like banana bread? I love banana bread.
Yeah, I love banana bread. So no meth for Misfit? No meth for me.
No, hell no. No, none of that shit. But yeah, no drugs unless it was prescribed by a doctor. Very little liquor. I mean, I have liquor in the house, because you never know who wants to drink.
I got a 2-year-old, so I keep everything put up.
Yeah. Well, I don't have no 2-year-olds. But my best friend Carol, she's like a 2-year-old. Every bottle of wine, she'll I'll take this one and this one and this one. Yep, she does. I buy wine just for her to come over and have. That's it.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now we've been friends since 8th grade.
Cool.
Her and I. Yep. 8th grade. That goes back. She'll kill me if I call her age.
Yeah,
the ingredients, if you're writing it, Bunny Viper, the ingredients is 151 proof Bacardi rum, condensed milk, cinnamon, and what was the other one that I said?
Oh, I don't remember.
Carnation milk, condensed milk, the one that has sugar in it, and so, yeah, and you just what's that called? Put it in a blender.
Yeah.
And put it in the refrigerator. Don't freeze it. Don't break.
Wine gives you a headache when you're drunk? Not me. I just get really fucking drunk. Slowly.
I don't know. I can deal with with a glass of wine, but it got it. I know this sounds so friggin' pussy like, but it has to be sweet wine. It can't be dry wine. I don't like the dry wine.
I don't care for dry wine either.
I like the sweet wine or the semi-sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of them. Oh, and sangria. I can get wasted on sangria.
Yeah, me too.
But ours now dig this, Brendan. The sangria that I get wasted on has to have fruits in it. Like has to have apples, has to have cherries, have to have grapes, have to have peaches, has to have pears. All it's called a bowl. BOWL. Not a bowl, but a bowl. And you just take it and put it in a cup. That's the sangria I like. It's like, oh my God, I can go because I love anything that's sweet. Yep. Especially when it comes to alcohol. If I taste the alcohol, not so much. But sangria, definitely.
Tiny glass of Bailey's at Christmas. Nice.
Yep, did that too. I love Bailey's too.
My whiskey till the day I die.
Yep. I love my whiskey till the day I die. I don't know. Whiskey is kind of like it's hard going down. Oh shit! Did I say that?
Depending on what it is, yeah.
Well, we had the penis one, the penis whiskey up at Aquashella. Ricky brought, remember, knob whiskey? That's what it's called. Not KNOB, knob whiskey. We called I changed it, knob in England is called penis. And so we went and did knob whiskey. It was like smoked maple. It was actually good, but it kind of like, on the throat going down. Yeah. And I was not going to drink more than just one shot. I was driving.
Nice.
Yeah, dessert wines, but I'm talking about I forget the names. Chardonnay, Bordeaux, and they have all that. Caroline loves them all. She don't give a shit. She'll drink all wines. She'll drink all the wine. I remember Eloy brought me a bottle of wine for Christmas 2 years ago. Not this Christmas, the year before. He drove down from Chicago, and because of the virus, so he drove down, and he brought me a bottle of wine. Guess who drank it? Not me. That much. I'm only bringing a 12-pack a week trip. End up bringing half at home. My brother brings himself for 30 packs and wonders if her has enough. Blended Scotch. Yeah, blended Scotch is good. Again, everything in moderation. Mm-hmm. Everything in moderation for me. I just have that. But I love it when people come to the house and they drink and they smash and they're not. I take the keys away. They ain't going nowhere.
Right. Same. Just
let them crash in the house. And then take pictures of them when they're totally wasted. Oh my God, I love that. I love the fact when they're in the toilet and someone's holding somebody's hair up. I like taking the pictures.
My favorite is taping Sharpies to their fucking forefingers right here because they'll reach up and wipe their face and they'll do it themselves.
Yeah, that's college shit though. But parties, yes. Ooh, try Captain's rum and your best cream soda. Damn. Yeah. I do like my Captain. I do like my Captain.
Drink a lot of Captain.
Well. I do. I drink a lot of. I guess if I was to say if I drink one particular brand, it's Captain Morgan.
I have three: Captain Morgan, Red Stag, Black Cherry, and Morgan or Johnny Walker. If I already said that.
Yeah, Johnny Walker too, but rare, very rare.
I love Johnny.
And
Walker.
Everybody that knows me knows what drink I always pull out. Everyone that knows me knows it. If you
There's a one drink I found, and I've never been able to find it since, but it's called a Johnny Vegas. It's super good. It's really sweet, but it's super good.
Johnny Vegas. No, don't remember.
I got him at a concert at a bar in Cleveland one night. And never been able to find them since, or find anybody that knows what the fuck they are.
Yeah. But I have one particular drink, and I have a couple that I married, Victor and Cindy, and that was the one drink that her and I went on a night out before I introduced them, and I introduced him that night. He was playing. He's a musician, and she's a social worker, and they met that night, and it was after a certain amount of this particular drink.
Right. I do a healthy mixture of both. I can.
Oh, I can't concentrate all the time. Do all bong and flower and joints and doing places. I don't know. I just can't. I don't know if I could.
Have you ever smoked, Eduardo?
Cigarettes? Never pot.
Never.
No, never. I don't know. I just couldn't. I can't see myself losing control like that. Like the weird. I've seen people smoke, have gummies and smoke pot, and they just kind of like they go in this world spin thing, and I'm looking at them like I could not give up my ghost like that.
That is not how I get when I'm.
No. Yeah, but they kind of. Well, it wasn't crack. It was just pot and stuff. But I mean, I like the smell of it. Like when someone's smoking around it, and it's like really good stuff, and hashish or whatever. You guys know what hashish is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that kind of smell. I like the smell, but not the. Never actually took a puff or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep, but I do like the smell of it.
Rainer Drofer, welcome.
Who came in?
Rainer Drofer.
Rainer, hi. Yes, that's right.
Getting cool vinyl stickers, in my opinion, about 2 weeks. If you like one, please email me your address, limited edition, because I'm broke. Sounds good. Nothing wrong with flour. It just hurts after a while. Cleared 3-footer and it dropped me to the knees. Yeah. I can feel
What's that? Explain that to me.
Is that
3 foot flour out does?
Well, it hurts your chest a little bit, your throat a little bit, compared to like a concentrated form of it.
Oh, okay. Look at Ian. I'm gonna break weed virginity. It ain't gonna happen. No. If my sister couldn't do it, no one else will. She tried, and no, didn't work. I'm not saying lose control. It's sort of like the mind and the warpiness, like the room spinning kind of thing. I couldn't deal with that. Make Eduardo take a tap. That's another term. I don't know. That must be like a pull?
It's a concentrated form of it.
Okay. No, Sean, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Nope. Maybe after I retire. What do you think, Brennan? After I retire, I don't have to worry about that. Maybe I probably could,
Do it.
Maybe we'll do it. After I retire, I'll go down there, or he comes down here, or whatever. Or we'll go up to Ohio. Nah, I don't want to go to Ohio. You guys come down here. We'll go to the Clash. Nope, I won't be retired by the Clash. A couple of years.
I like my concentrates because it doesn't stink as bad, and I can still do my job.
No, I will not
destroy me.
I will not fuck with concentrate. Look what Ian says. Hashish is my favorite. I used to make it from home. The smoothest and relaxing high. See, I wouldn't know. I just know by the names and and this little bush. And believe it or not, my ex-students would be the ones trying to get me to do it when we would go out drinking. There's in Naples, there's a comedy club, and we would go there, and they're like, Rango, you got to come. You got to have a drink with us. I said, yeah, are you over 21 yet? Yeah, they were. So then we would go there, and they were always trying to hit me up. I was like, no.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Eduardo on some LSD. I don't know about that.
They always try. Yep. Let me see. Stimulate the mind, Craig. It's Friday, Craig. Okay. Strains available. Find a good dispensary. I don't know any about those things. You guys are going to teach me on that, right?
I mean, yeah.
You want indica. See all these names popping up? Don't have any idea. You know what they are. I don't.
There's 2 different types of marijuana, indica and sativa. One's gonna like lock you in the couch, make you lazy as shit, and the other one's gonna make you all nice up, perky, and want to do stuff.
So one's a downer, one's an upper, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Wardo, 4 people have said the exact same thing to me, but I was able to get them to smoke it. No. After I retire. After I retire, yes. Maybe after I retire, I would do it because then I wouldn't care.
Right.
But right now, no. Can't tell I'm smoking with the tabs. A win-win. What?
It doesn't stink like regular weed does.
What's a tab again, Brennan?
Hey, oh, she said dabs.
Dabs. I'm sorry.
It just doesn't. It's the concentrated form of weed. It just doesn't stink like regular weed does.
Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I've never tried that, and I won't ever try that shit. I'm sorry, but nah.
There's a way too much at stake for my wife for me to participate anymore. Exactly.
Understandable. Completely understandable.
But Geek Boy, you're in Colorado. So I know Colorado is really, really high temperature. I mean, high elevation. So you're high normally. So that's why I get you there. Mm-hmm.
Have a good day, Snoochie Booch. Yep. Hope to see you again. Thanks for hanging out with us. That was awesome.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Richard, thank
I've had a
you.
blast today. Speaking of which, it is 5 o'clock, and I know other people are trying to go up. So I'm probably going to call her here. No, but thanks for hanging out with me, Eduardo, for real.
You bet. My pleasure. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.
Definitely.
And my next one is Sunday. Who knows? I might come up randomly between now and then. You know me. I'm trying to get my watch hours up a little bit. So.
Yep.
Same, Edkins. I like a lot of hybrids too.
And we're not talking fish. Dun.
Hey. This stream is called Random Thoughts for a reason.
Have a great one, everyone. See you in the streams.
See everybody later.